We begin with the unbelievable damage from last night's storms, which did turn deadly in Connecticut.
Now, the rain came down so quickly, causing flash flooding and major destruction. In some places, roads were washed away. This is Harbor Road in Stony Brook. The town supervisor says the entire pond emptied across the roadway. And check this out in Port Jefferson. Water came rushing in and flooded an apartment complex, sending a river rushing through the lobby.
In Oxford, Connecticut, we saw some of the worst of the flooding. Cars washed away and people who had to be rescued after being trapped in restaurants, even their homes. We have team coverage across the region. Lonnie Quinn standing by with the forecast. Jennifer Bisram live in Suffolk County. Vanessa Murdoch, she's in New Jersey for us today. Let's begin with Tony Aiello. He's live in Connecticut, where Governor Ned Lamont has now declared a state of emergency after the significant damage there. Tony?
KJ, this apartment complex is the epicenter of the damage in Danbury. Engineers will assess the impact of the floodwater on various structures and the utility services. Residents forced to evacuate during flooding are still awaiting the all clear to return. The cleanup began shortly after the rain ended, and there's a lot to clean up at Berkshire Hills Apartments, which sits at the base of a hill. This concrete landing crushed under tons of water rushing behind one of the buildings.
Emergency services saw a tremendous amount of water coming down the hill, compromised the gas line, which created a leak situation and a prompt evacuation of the building.
The power of the rushing water cutting a channel and creating a river right in the parking lot. The scene played out across western Connecticut. This drone video shows the significant damage to busy Route 34 outside Monroe. Police Chief Kevin White.
So this is quite heavily traveled throughout the day, and this will cause an inconvenience to not only us, but to our surrounding neighbors.
I'm just kind of amazed, like just to see what Mother Nature really can do. It's impressive, but terrifying at the same time.
Scary moments in Oxford, where a fire company used its tower ladder as a bridge to rescue 19 people from a restaurant. Elsewhere in town, 2 women were swept away and drowned.
We have to hang together at a time like this, especially given the tragedy. Those 2 women swept away. It's just incredible what happened there.
Tonight, the Connecticut State Police have identified those victims as 65-year-old Ethelyn Joyner and 71-year-old Audrey Ruskowski. Each woman was driving a car. They drove into high water. They got trapped. Firefighters risked their lives trying to rescue them, but couldn't reach them in time. Live in Danbury, Tony Aiello, CBS News, New York.
All right, Tony, just awful. Thank you.
Our team coverage continues now, moving to Suffolk County, Long Island, where a state of emergency has also been declared.
Jennifer Bisram is in Stony Brook, where a road collapsed from the floodwaters. Jennifer, it looks like you're getting rain now.
Yes, it just started coming down here, guys. And, I want you to take a look at what's left after the heavy rain and flooding from yesterday. You can see the road here collapsed, and there is no more water here in this pond. We've been talking to people all day today. They say they've never seen anything like this before.
Get out of there!
A state of emergency for Suffolk County after this around 2 Monday morning.
I mean, it sounded like, bombs exploding.
Heavy rain and disastrous flooding causing Harbor Road in Stony Brook to collapse, sending all the water from Mill Pond at Avalon Park flowing into the Long Island Sound.
It's so shocking to see all the water gone and the dam breaking, and
it's just a wonderful area, and to see this happen it's a tragedy.
Families along Main Street were evacuated from their homes.
We got to get out right now.
After sunup, Long Island residents gathered around the area, finding old bottles and cell phones in the now empty pond, while rescue teams tried to save animals in distress.
It's a native turtle to this area of New York State.
So I'm concerned about the wildlife.
Fish dying, freshwater turtles going into salt water. Terrible.
About 10 inches of rainfall was recorded in the area.
Many of these areas were built a very long time ago. Even recharge basins optimally can store 8 inches of water.
Officials calling it an environmental and economical disaster.
Our call now is to clean up this mess and rebuild this mill pond.
This is what the area looked like before. All that's left now is mud and debris.
Absolutely devastating. That park is very important to this community.
And another live look here at this hour. You can see even in the rain, people are here taking pictures, just standing here in disbelief. You can also see there is now a fence, an 8-foot fence that was put up here within the last couple of hours. Officials say they are hoping that prevents people from going onto the mud here. And the county executive saying that it's going to be a long process to clean up and rebuild. We're live in Stony Brook. Jennifer Bisram, CBS News, New York.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. They need a break in the weather there, don't they?
They sure do. Jen could use a break. And Lonnie Quinn joins us now. Lonnie, it almost looks like the sun is out while the rain is pouring down there.
Yeah, a little sun shower right there. Look, when you take a peek at the radar picture, this is much better than what we had yesterday. Yeah, you definitely have some strong, thunderstorms right now. Nothing on the severe side currently, but Ernesto is farther away. So yesterday, Ernesto, 500 miles offshore, was just sitting and spinning, not allowing the rain to come in and get out. This will be the end of it. I mean, there may be a little trailing activity after that, but that's basically the end of it. But any rain you pick up is going to be on top of huge numbers from yesterday. Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut, over a foot of rain. Sound Beach, New York, over 10 inches of rain. Warren Township, New Jersey, 5.8. Farmingdale, New York, 4.46. Danbury, Connecticut, 4.12. In and around the city, LaGuardia, you had the biggest number, about 3 inches of rain. Central Park, 2.25. JFK, look at that, 0.6. And yet, air traffic had a tough time with yesterday's system as it came through the area. And again, we're not done with it yet. We have a flood warning in Fairfield County as you push into the nighttime hours, a flood advisory for portions of the North Shore in Suffolk County. So we will still deal with a chance for rain as you finish up this night. It's not in the city as of right now, but even the city has a chance for some rain. You're currently coming in 80 degrees. Numbers look like this. For tonight, 63, that leftover shower or rumble. And then for your day tomorrow, things will get a lot better out there. Slight chance for a little bit of morning leftover rain. 74 the high temperature, lower to mid 70s tomorrow. Big change, feeling like September. Low humidity as well. Guys, it's all yours.
All right, Lonnie, thanks very much. Hundreds of flights were canceled or delayed because of the storm. The airports in our area spent the day trying to catch up. JFK says some arriving flights are running more than 3 hours late. At Newark, they're nearly 2.5 hours behind schedule. And LaGuardia is reporting about delays of 45 minutes. Passengers whose flights were grounded yesterday are hoping they can get to their destinations today.
Flights set for about 2 hours, and then they finally canceled it. It was crazy. I waited in line at the hotel lobby for about an hour and a half, and there was at least a line as long as that behind me.
More than 800 flights were canceled across the country. We have continuing coverage throughout the hour and on our website. There you can always find the latest radar and updates from the weather team. That's on CBSNewYork.com.